Hi loves, it's Elle and welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for being here. Today is a highly requested video. It's a follow-up to my very first LASHIFY video. I've now been using them for almost 2 months. I'm obsessed, but I want to show you a couple new things that I personally do to keep them on longer, to actually reuse them, and a new little style. So I hope you enjoy this video. Before we get started, hit the subscribe button, share this video with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. So as you can see, I have no makeup on. I wanted to show you this because this, sorry, I have this big box of LASHIFY stuff. So I actually am part of the VIP membership. Like, anybody can do it. It's just, I get them monthly. So I find for me, it's just easier for me just to get a standard stash, what comes, and then I, use them up. All right, so first of all, I get a lot of questions about how to wear eye cream with this. So my current favorite now is the Biossance Squalene Marine Algae Eye Cream. It's so beautiful. A little bit goes a really long way. So what you want to do is when you wear eye cream with this is just keep it on the bone. And remember, the skin underneath our eyes is so thin that it actually will travel to where it needs to be. So you don't need to put it up towards that lash line. You want to keep all oils away from that lash line. Now, I normally would put eye cream up here on the brow bone, but since I have gonna be doing my lashes, I try to keep it from not doing that. All right, so that is that. Skincare is on. I wear all the skincare when I wear my lashes. I just do not put eye cream up here. All right, and I do not use my lash growth serum when I use this as well. So a couple quick tidbits from our last video. I'm actually gonna prep my lashes real quick. I think that their pre-cleanse is pretty epic, and I think that their takeoff balm, I don't know what it's called, I forget what it's called, is fantastic. But you guys can use your own micellar water as well as your own oil cleanser on the eyes to get them off. So this is to get all the oils off. This is so important. I also ordered this little guy. They call it the Blow. Their names for things are so funny. I think it's pretty instrumental, but of course I did it before with just a piece of paper and just, blew it, whatever. So the first thing is to make sure your lashes are really, really dry and very, very clean. The second thing that I really highly recommend is to use an eyelash curler first. So I've already cleaned my eyelash curler. And so I will clean these, or I'll curl these. The reason being is it helps lift up from the root, and you can see the root of the lashes more. Especially if you have super straight lashes, curling them first is gonna be a game changer for you. If you have any oil residue on your lashes, these will not stick. I mean, they'll stick, but they won't stay very long. I actually was talking to a family or squad member on Instagram the other day, and she's so obsessed just like me. And then I had a client come in to get her facial done, and she uses them as well. So obviously I'm not the only one. All right, and then what else was my other takeaway from having, so whenever you wash your face at night, I'm really, really careful, and I double cleanse with a standard oil-free cleanser. So when I have them on, I do not do my traditional oil step. So my first step of cleanse is usually an oil base. I don't do that. I just double cleanse with my rose water cleanser from from Good Molecules. That's what I use twice. And I just am very careful around the eye area. I don't really, wash around that eye area very harshly. And then I actually will use pre-cleanse to clean just on my eyelid. If I have worn any eyeshadow, I just use pre-cleanse to go around that area and take that off. Lastly, I do not obviously wear mascara with these lashes, so that's something else. All right, so I'm coming in a little close. Now that our lashes are nice and dry, today I'm actually going to be doing a new technique, which is I'm going to be using B10s and B12s as well as C10s and C12s. I don't think I'm going to use B10s. I'm just going to use B12s, and I'll show you why in a second. Okay, so to start out, I know a lot of you guys have problems with it lasting longer, not being able to last longer than 3 days. The technique that I learned watching them on live is this one. Okay, and it works for me, so it might not work for you, but it's been working really well for me. So I take their original glue that comes in their packet or their introductory situation. I'm really not having a hard time finding words today, aren't I? Okay, so I'm gonna use the black glue side. And what you're gonna do is the first pass, you only wanna do one eye at a time. I'm gonna open my eyes up really, really wide, and I wanna wiggle it at the base and gently pull through. Wiggle at the base, gently pull through. I do not pull through a lot at all. And then I go back in and I tap the glue at the base, just like this. Just like that. Okay. Try to keep my eyes open because it can adhere to the bottom lashes and that's annoying. And I take my little puffer guy and I make sure that these are pretty dry. They want to become tacky. I did try the fluffies. That was the box I had before this. Or the truffles. They're black and brown. I loved them, but they are very, very delicate. Oh, the other takeaway was when you're in the shower, don't wash your face in the shower. You don't want the water to directly hit your lashes. So just wash your face before you get in the shower or after. That works out better. Okay, so now we're gonna take the white glue and it looks like I need a new white glue actually. Okay, so now we're going to press this into the base of the lash with dots. I'm gonna see if I can show you how to do this. They're so much better at it than me. Dot, dot, just at the base. Dot, dot. Now we're gonna obviously dry this again. Okay, we're gonna start with a B12, and you want this to be pretty tacky, you guys. We're gonna take a B12. I took the wandums off. That's just how I prefer to do it. I am gonna take a little bit more of the white glue, just a little bit. And I'm actually going to touch it just on the gossamer. Do a little blow here, just on it like this. Okay. And then place it in the middle. I start in the middle, which is easier for me. And then I use my finger to ground. And then I kind of just push it, push it, push it in. And that's literally what I do for this section. And I'm going to continue with that, doing the same thing. Place a little bit of glue on the gossamer, blow, blow, blow. Open my eyes up really wide. And place. Hope you guys can see that, just like that. This is really the set that I do normally. I don't like anything else bigger than this, for me personally, for my liking. And then I'm gonna do one more B12, and I'll show you what we're gonna do next, because we're gonna stack today. These outside ones can be super tricky, you guys. This is where I find I have the most problem getting it perfect. So remember, you can take them off and place it down if you haven't fused yet. Okay, so there we are. Looking good? You like it? Okay, I think what I actually might do is I might do one more. And then we are gonna put some C12s on the outside as well. Yeah, C12s on the outside and then C10s on the inside corner. Okay, so this one's gonna go here. Cool. All right, let's do our C10s. And again, the outside and the inside, if you have problems with getting them in, don't feel like you're alone on that. That's my worst positions, are the inside corner and the outside corners. Okay, and I'm still doing the same technique. A little bit of glue on that gossamer. Make sure you guys close your glue up each time. And this one you kind of have to angle your hand in. And sometimes I only do one on the inside because I find that when you go in even further, I don't know, it can pinch and poke sometimes because I'm not like a professional doing this. I don't know, I might want to do one more, but I don't know. So what I do sometimes is I will take just one gossamer with no glue on it and just place it and see what it would look like. And I am overlapping these just a touch. That actually looks better. Yeah. Yeah, I think that that looks better. And I'm overlapping these inside ones. And I just got that placed perfectly. So sometimes what I do is I'll take the black glue, forgive me for not knowing the exact names, Whisper Light, and I will just go underneath and tap it. I forget what she calls that when you do it. I forget what she calls it. Okay, so we do this. I hope you guys are enjoying. You guys really loved my last video, so thank you so much for all the support on that video. Appreciate it. And I'm just really drying these and making sure that they're really nice and dry. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I am going to put the wandums back on, so the little plasticky guys, so I can fuse before I go into my C12s. Okay, so this is, for me, a tricky part. I have to go real slow. And you see, I didn't go all the way to the end. That's also what's been working for me really well, is I just keep them away from the very end. Fuse gently. Again, go in. Fuse gently. And then this side I come in from here, and this side you have to be really gentle with. There we go. Hooray. And sometimes I will, like maybe day 3, I will go in and fuse again, okay? I might put a little bit more of the Whisper Light Black, you know, dry, and then fuse again, just to make sure that they kind of will last. Really enjoying this set. I like this set a lot. All right, so I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add a few of the C12s. And the way I did it was I went in with the least curly first, and I don't know if this is right or not. This is just how I thought would be a good idea. Again, I'm just putting up the white glue. Is I put the least curly first, so that when C's are more curly than B's, and so that might lift up the B as well. It might add like a little more of a fluttery effect. And the fun thing about being a part of their little VIP thing is that you can just try new lashes all the time, and you don't have to worry so much about the overall cost. I mean, it's not inexpensive, let's be honest, but you don't have to worry about cleaning them and reusing them, which again, I'm going to be showing you how I do that in this video, so stick with me, all right? Stick with me. So this one, I'm going to look straight, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it here, where I feel like, I think I'm going to add it in the center where I feel like it might be nice to have a little more volume. And you don't have to stack right at the base again. You can stack just a little bit up from where the last one was. And what that does is it creates a little bit longer of a lash, or a little bit higher of a lash. And I think I'm just going to do one more. So that was C10s, B12s, and then a few C12s on top of it. That's what they call a lash map. I'm learning here. And then this one, I think I'm gonna go right here. Seeing a little bit of a gap there. All right, we're good to go. It's so funny, the more you add, the more you're like, oh, I could add one there. Oh, I could add one there. It gets to be a slippery slope, let me tell you. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this dry. I'm gonna fuse one more time, and then I'm actually gonna come in with glass, which is their sealant, and it makes it water resistant. I don't run glass all the way through my lashes. Reason being is that if you do run it all the way through your lashes, they look more like lashes. So they become a little bit more glossy and intensified. For me personally, I like to keep them more wispy. And I kind of angle my hand up. And you don't need to fuse too hard. I think that looks pretty darn good. What do you all think? I love it. Okay, perfect. Now let's go in for our glass. And I use the little ball, and I open my eyes up again really wide, and I just go at the base. And this takes away also any stickiness as well. And you can go on top, but I find it gets all over the place sometimes, so just a heads up. All right. So that is that. I'm gonna do the other eye and I'll be right back to show you again how they looked after I cleaned them and show you kind of the process, as well as show you how I wear makeup with these, because a lot of you guys ask, how do you wear makeup with these? And the answer is I usually don't, but sometimes I do. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here are some old lashes, and you don't want to pull them apart with the glue on them right now because you'll break them, just like I did here. So take alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and then you let them sit in the alcohol for just a couple of hours, and I'll show you what happens after they've sat for a little while. A couple of these in here are actually fluffies, and we're gonna see if they're able to be, you know, reused. But for the most part, fluffies are so delicate that it's really hard to reuse them. So the ones that are like A, B, and C, their standard collection is a lot easier to clean. So I haven't cleaned the fluffies yet, but you can actually already see the alcohol is breaking down the glue. So let's give it a couple of hours and see how we do. All right, so they have been in here for about 45 minutes, and I now pull them apart. Look how easy they can now pull apart. That's why you don't want to pull them apart without them being soaked. And now they're all back in individuals. The one thing is I'm having a hard time knowing kind of what lengths they all are, but you know, it is what it is. Because once they're out of those Gossamer kits, you don't really know what they are. You can start to gauge though a little bit. Do you see how they're easily pulling apart? Yeah, and then you just do this with a spoolie, honestly, and you just comb through, get all the debris out. Some have more than others. You just have to be really gentle with them. Like you can tell this one had a lot of glue on it. See this one right here? Can you see this one? This one's done. Like it has stuff going opposite ways, and so I just let that one be done. All right, so here are the lashes on, all ready to rock and roll. To finish this up, I'll show you how I wear makeup with it. Now, the one thing I don't wear with lashes is eyeliner. It just, for me, it's too hard to get off to be able to actually wear it. Do you know what I mean? So I rather just forgo it. So I'm just gonna go in with I love this palette by ColourPop. It's called, it's a Little Ray of Sunshine. And so I'm gonna start with this color all over the lid. And I go in with a small brush. And then I look really far down and I tap my brush off. That's really important with these lashes, is to tap your brush off before you go into the eye. Just like this, da-da-da. And then I go in, I'm gonna go in with this beautiful color right here. And I'm gonna take it on, I love these brushes by Alter Ego. This is an Elle brush, I guess. This is another look that I do all the time that you guys all wonder what I do, and this is exactly what I do. It's just one color in the crease. And again, tapping off your brush is super, super important when you're working with your lashes. And that's really it, to be honest with you. That is what I would do as far as eyeshadow. Now, of course, I'm just gonna take my spoolie and just brush off any fallout. Now, of course, you can go in and do your full eyeshadow look, but you don't really need it with lashes, you know what I mean? So I'm just going back in with that first color and just kind of brightening this up just a little bit. But that's as simple as it is, and then you take a little bit, I just threw on some makeup just to complete the look. But here is the lashes, and I just want you to have them seen from the side. I don't know how they do that like cleavage shot. Can you see? I think I tried to do this last time and I did not do a good job. I don't even know. But if you guys can't see, this is where they are. Yes. Yes, I'm really happy with this set. It's actually a new way of me doing it. I haven't done it this way before. But I want to show you. Here is what they look like after they've been sitting. So my big thing is to make sure you take your spoolie after they've been sitting and you're good to go, take one and you can put it on a paper towel, is what I would do, and you just brush it, okay? You just brush each lash until all, so I'm gonna brush, sorry, I'm gonna show you guys like this. So I'm gonna maybe show you against my chest here. So you're gonna brush each lash like this, until all of the glue is gone, and you wanna go with the curl. Okay, so now this lash basically is ready to rock and roll. All of the glue is off. So this lash is ready to rock and roll. This is one of my fluffies. It has all the glue is off of it. I don't usually rinse them. You can, of course, after you're done doing this, rinse it, brush it again, you know, rinse it with water, brush it again, and then put it out on a tissue paper or something like that overnight, and you have your brand new lash to use again. I mean, it's really that simple. It's just time consuming. So it's gonna be up to you kind of how you wanna handle that, and if that's something that you wanna do to start reusing things, which, I mean, this is literally a brand new lash, basically. So all very doable. I think this is a truffle, like I said, the truffle fluffies, and I think this is probably a B12 or B14. So also what I do is I can group each ones that I think are relatively the same size. So don't throw away your old like potted stuff like this, like any of your eye creams or any other thing that you get that's potted. Clean it all out, and then you can actually keep your lashes in things like that, which is what I do. So that's as easy as that is. You have brand new lashes again. It's just about really letting them sit in the alcohol so that it really loosens the bond, and you might have to really just take your time and comb each one and get all of the glue out of it. Your spoolie is going to be your most important tool with LASHIFY. You can buy them on Amazon. They're like pennies, basically. Buy a big pack and then keep them with you, and that is how you reuse your LASHIFY lashes. So I hope that this follow-up helps you. I hope it cleared up some things, taught you some things, and I would really appreciate you being here. So I'll see you on the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Bye, loves.